I'd like to talk about is current events. So, Samita, it's very interesting. We spoke about this before about letting too much in, like the pupil of the eye, right? Letting too much information in, letting too many pictures in, letting too much news stories in, and the effect that it has had on me. And I'm going to talk through this right now. This is called self-regulating. And hey,
Great. Are you
I'm
okay
open.
with it being recorded?
I am okay with this being recorded, and I'm okay with you coaching me on this.
Okay, well, thank you for requesting. I'm happy
Yeah,
to.
absolutely. Yeah. So this is interesting, right? How my mind has been looking for evidence to blame and make wrong. Looking for
How's that
evidence.
going?
Yeah, it's going great. Of course, I'm completely being sarcastic. Welcome,
Yeah.
Steve. So this is the thing. This is the thing, right? When I experience pain, I can be responsible for that experience in a way that doesn't make the external, whatever you want to call it, the stimulus, without making the stimulus wrong. I could experience the pain without adding and layering and stacking on meanings that completely exhaust me and exhaust my view of humanity and my view of self. What I can do is be responsible for what I'm experiencing and seeing what I'm saying and releasing any meaning behind it and saying, yes, I see pain and I see suffering. And I could choose to hate, and I could choose to suffer with them, and I could choose to make wrong, and I could choose all these things that I tend to default to as a human being and as a conditioned human being. Or I can choose something else. I could choose something miraculous. I could choose a silver lining or create a silver lining or create a possibility from some of this horror that we're seeing and say, there are people in this world who love and are loving and are becoming loving because they're witnessing what they're witnessing.
Mhm.
Well, and I'm one of those people. So I choose love. I choose love in darkness. I choose love when I'm seeing pain. And I choose healing. And I choose oneness. And I choose forgiveness.
Why are you still watching those things?
Oh, I'm not. I'm not watching them
Oh,
as much as I used to. I just listen to
okay.
the news once in a while.
So you're listening to the news, and the news is giving you images that you're seeing in your mind.
Yes.
Okay. So
Yeah.
listening to it is one step less than watching it, but you're also highly sensitive to what you're listening to. And remember that when you're listening to something, you're listening to it from the place of the person who's speaking it and what is their motivation behind communicating that.
Yeah.
Is it coming from peace and love and wanting to make a difference, or is it coming from sensationalism and wanting to make money?
Well,
And there's nothing wrong with that, but just realize
yeah. And without making that person wrong, but I'll say this:
it's a
every
business. News
ev-
is a business.
every person that I see on YouTube, the agenda is views. Yes, there might be an altruistic and there's a purpose and there's something that is pulling them forth so they could fulfill on their commitment in life, their destiny, their purpose. I get that. But at the same time, it is views. Views, views, views. And with views comes viewpoint. And there are people who are healers. There are people who are healers on YouTube. There are people who are healers on Instagram. And they see everything and they say, you know what? I'm a stand for everyone. I'm a stand for healing because I know that's the only way right now. So I get that, Hayati. Thank you so much for pointing that out. And what I'd like to do is go into meditation.
Okay,
Sound-
excellent.
Sounds good?
Yeah, so that you can clear all that.
Beautiful. So today's meditation, thank you, Steve. Thank you, Janine and Samita for being here. And I'm glad we're a small group. I'm glad. It's going to make it an intimate meditation. So let's all get comfortable in our bodies. And as we're getting comfortable, we're noticing our breathing and just being aware of it. We're noticing with the intention of being present. And simply from that, we notice how easy our breathing becomes, how more relaxed our muscles become. Because we're noticing with the intention of being present. Welcome, Zoom user. And as we continue, if you so choose, hello, beautiful Heather. If you so choose to close your eyes, I welcome you to close your eyes. I welcome you to relax your body. Feel at home with your body. Tell your body, welcome. Welcome to this present moment. And notice your breathing. Notice any thoughts. All thoughts running through your mind. Notice they're just remnants of the past. Many of these thoughts are not happening. Many of these thoughts are memories of the day, of the week, maybe even the month. Maybe some residual feelings or emotions or thoughts of what happened days ago. Maybe a conversation or an action or something that you were not aligned with. And it's still there someplace in your mind, taking up space. I wonder if now is a good time to take this thought, give it space to be, with your palms in your mind open and welcoming, allowing this thought to gently float in the open palms in your mind. As if you're saying, I got you. I have you. It's okay. All is well. I don't necessarily need you to feel safe anymore. You could stay if you want, or you could go on your merry way. And sending this thought and other thoughts going through your mind. sending love to them as they pass, as they go in different directions, as some of them might even be released into the air, into the universe. They've served their purpose. They've been in your mind long enough. Maybe, just maybe, it's time to let them go elsewhere. And when this feeling of love that you have in your mind and in your heart, after sending these loving intentions to your thoughts, why don't we point them towards people in our life and see what shows up? So if you have any family or friends, an individual or individuals, plural, that you think might be in need of loving intention, we don't know if they're receptive. That's an opinion. We don't know. We don't know much. And even if you think they won't be receptive, you can choose, up to you, to send loving intentions and thoughts to certain people who might need it. Could be your parents, mom or dad. They could be alive or transitioned into another realm. You've probably felt those as well. So let's create this love in our heart. Starts off as a seed, a golden seed. Feel it in your heart. You can place your hand in your heart and feel that seed grow with every breath you take. And feel it expand exponentially throughout your whole body. This is love. This is healing. This is forgiveness. This is life. This is who you are. And take this wonderful, loving creation of loving intention. And let's think of any people, individuals, or groups that we want to send this love to. Because the more we send it, the more it grows, the more it expands, the more we heal. Take this love to the people or persons and say, in your mind, in your heart, in your soul, and even with your words if you choose to, thank you. I love you. Again, thank you. And I love you. And if you feel called to say anything else, like the rest of the Ho'oponopono prayer, it's up to you. It all means I love you anyway. It's completely up to you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I'm sorry for thinking what I thought. Please forgive me. I take responsibility for my thoughts. I take responsibility for my actions, for my opinions, for my being human. I ask for forgiveness and I forgive myself. And I see you. I see you as me. Thank you. I love you. Thank you for being on this earth. Thank you for me noticing you, for me learning from you about me. If it wasn't for you, I wouldn't be saying this prayer. I wouldn't be creating this love and I wouldn't be creating this healing. So thank you. Thank you with all my heart. And you can send this love and this prayer to as many people as you want. You can include your whole household, the area, the building that you live in, every single resident. You could expand your consciousness to include your whole block, your town, your whole city. Include the animals too and the pets, beautiful entities, unconditional entities. Sending love beyond your borders to different lands, to different people, across the vast ocean, and including the ocean. Why not? Let's send some gratitude to the ocean that gives us life and all the animals in the ocean and the people. Thank you. I love you. Thank you. And as your mind travels past the oceans to other lands of people smiling and laughing and loving, some are eating, some are sleeping, some are partying, some are suffering. Sending love to every single person. Why not? It doesn't take anything from you. It just gives you more and more. And feel the sense of peace and connection with the whole earth, including Mother Earth, and the wonderful grounding it provides us, the wholeness of all the energies, the awareness that we are one, that we're connected by gravity, by the air, the atmosphere, all of it. And take this beautiful feeling, this beautiful thought of the whole earth. Take this vision and bring it closer and closer into your heart and feel yourself connected with the earth, orbiting with the earth, Maybe even seeing the other planets in the solar system and the sun. You're part of that as well. Your connection to that and beyond into infinity. All of it. All of its source. Creation, love, all of it is you. And when you're ready, if your eyes are closed, you can gradually open them or flutter your eyelids before they open. You can move your body slowly, your fingers, your toes, your nose. And you can come back to this loving community and share this wonderful experience. Thank you, everyone, for being here. Thank you for calling me. That was good. I heard you and I picked up my phone. I heard you here when I picked up my phone. You and Samita. You're pretty loud. You're a pretty loud woman. Yeah. I'm like, who is bothering me in my head? Oh no. It's my two sisters. Well, I mean, my cousin and my other sister. Oh boy. It's pretty amazing. Thank you. That's the connection that we've built, right? Yeah.
Sammy, I am so grateful we have these connections and for what it took for everyone to come together this evening. And then at that last minute, right before we actually like represenced ourselves, there's a phrase that me and my dad always use. And granted, I know Disney's pretty coined for it, but then you used it too, but in the reverse of the in the beyond to infinity. And so I don't always know what it means to be human in this human experience of family, but I get the bond is so much deeper tonight. And I'm so grateful for this. And we called back Steve and Heather's here. Like, Sammy, you created this tonight.
I didn't have to invite them. They were in here and here. They came up. That's great.
I just want you guys to know too. I mean, the beauty of what this is too, I think, is that for me, I get to show up and receive, but I'm also show up. Special it feels to have people show up for the person guiding. So it's like I come at this time because and know for Sammy. So it's the showing up.
Yeah.
It's the we get to show up for each other. Like that's all. There's no because. That's it.
That's it.
And the
I'm
reason
not,
I was late is because I was on the phone with Elijah for 2 hours. So
guess what? You weren't late.
bye. I gotta go meditate. Beautiful, Sammy. That was beautiful. I feel like I caught it right at the right time.
You did. Good fishing. Heather, you've met Samita before, right? My cousin Samita. You guys met? Good.
Like a hi, hello on here, yeah.
Yeah. So you're both healers.
Mhm.
You're both intuitive. Uh, are you both Scorpios? Wait a minute, you are, right?
I'm a Sagittarius with
Oh,
a
Sagittarius.
Scorpio rising, so same
Oh, I'm a
difference.
Scorpio with a Sagittarius rising, so
Hey,
we're Same thing.
Perfect. Amazing. I love it.
You know, there are there's archetypes of women that I gravitate towards, and they're in this group.
Well,
E,
Tammy,
all the above.
are you aware of the divine mother archetype? I think I shared this with Janine. There's a new female archetype that's the divine mother of Mary Magdalene, Christ consciousness, and that's who I've become. Like, who took care of Jesus? Mary Magdalene. And so when you look at the depth of the story, she left her darkness to take care of the biggest light worker that the world knows. Left her family, left everything, and was shunned and whatever, and was Jewish. Oh, hi, nice to meet you guys. Hi. And so it's like I get to take care of all these men as they step into their ascension. There's a book on it right now. I'll send you guys the picture, and it's called the Divine Mother Archetype. So when I come in, I fulfill a need that was lacking from a boy from his mother. Whether I realize it or not, just my presence is fulfilling something that a need wasn't met. It's deep.
Oh yeah, Heather. Yeah, that is you. I mean, I've known it about you. That's why I'm very careful of which men to introduce to you, because they end up falling in love, and I can't have that. Yeah, it's like, listen, I'm gonna introduce you to her, but you can't fall in love. I promise. I promise I won't.
No, we fall in love. There's different kinds of love. It's for me
Yeah.
right now, like I'm in like brethren energy.
Yeah.
It's brother, like I'm on a break. Anything else, it's just brother energy until the next God places the next one in front of me. And like that's my thing too. Janine's has been through this too. You don't have to do anything. You just have to be on your path, and then God goes, here you go. So all this trying and running and chasing, it's
Yeah.
not the thing. It's never the thing. That's something else. You call in the one just being in your being. So I'd love to know how Pam called you in,
It's so
because you're assigned to her, as am I.
yeah, yeah. It's so interesting. Yeah, I was gonna quit on that woman a couple of times, but her spirit kept bugging me. And
Scorpio.
yeah, it's that Scorpio.
You're
Like I
you're being assigned. You're assigned. You're assigned to her. So am I.
yeah, I need. But by the way, that reminds me, I'm gonna call her after this. Um, it's what's beautiful, Heather, is that especially for the masculine, and the masculine on being the males, and the males will have that masculine energy. You hold the space that welcomes it, especially from those of us who have been suppressing it for fear of seeming too masculine in this world. Yeah, I know the rolling of the
You
eye.
know,
Permission to be a man. I
we
got it.
we we're cr- we're creating. No, we're creating a new paradigm. Just got off the phone with Elijah and to make this call be about this, but it's coming up, and I'm in a room with evolved beings who are support the mission, which it's my design to lead women to give up the old story about how men are wrong just for being men. So I have to lead in my being first, which is accepting what male needs are, not making them wrong for having them. And then holding you accountable to come out of your lowest chakra and out of your primal fight or flight to come up into your solar plexus up to your crown. But it's a dance and it's a team effort. There's no war. This whole war thing is, so once the women are clear and can surrender to you, you won't be emasculated anymore. But women are fighting and emasculating, and it's got to end. So I'm working with Elijah to do something about it and create my platform around it.
Beautiful.
And support with integrity and higher self of like coaching the Sammy, then also being able to coach and explain the Pam. And then when the divine timing is right, bring everybody together because you're assigned to each other. There's no war. So shedding that programming is really the move. I land my plane. Thank you for listening.
Thank you for contributing and sharing. I love it.
So I just got a call from Georgie, my son, and he said that his dad is acting weird and that he refuses to give him money to buy food, nor will he make him food because Georgie hasn't been pulling his weight, keeping, the house neat or whatever. And so I'm like, you can't use food as punishment, especially with a 15-year-old boy where all he wants to do is eat and play video games and sleep and then eat and then sleep, eat and more eat. And I'm just like, oh, I just want to kill that man. So I said to Georgie, can you go make yourself a sandwich? Do you have bread? Do you have cold cuts? Do you have something that you need? Because I don't want to undermine either by sending you money so that you can order DoorDash. Not to mention, it's expensive. And I said, and why aren't you helping your dad clean? Why aren't you doing the stuff that you're supposed to do? Well, it's not like it's that messy, but you know how he gets really weird, which, yeah, I know. Hello. And for us and our family, food is like the ultimate communication of love. And I'm like, you son of a, I'm not going to say because Steve is there because I can curse like a sailor from Brooklyn. The fact that I'm just calmly speaking what there is for me instead of actually getting violent, which is how I really would like to be, is speaks volumes. And the fact that I'm a healer. I'm not somebody who wants to cause harm. بس بدي اقتله. You understand, Sammy?
She said, but I will kill you.
I will kill you. I will kill you. I Arab. I know how to make it look like an accident. Why you not feeding my son? You want me to kill you now or after you feed him? You hungry? You ate? I make you something. This is the reality. And I'm like, you are not going to make food for. And so I said, Georgie, why don't you just come? Why don't you just come and live with me? I've got still another room. You can come and stay. And he's the sweet peacemaker. He's the Samira version. He's, like, how do I make this work? How will I make this work? And I said, I really appreciate that you called me to tell me this is what's going on for you. And I have to remind myself that he's not going to die because he's not eating, and that, he's texted me earlier today to send him money so that he could, and this is the thing. Alexander the Great. Yeah. His name's Alexander. Exactly. Yeah. And I'm going tomorrow to pick up my divorce papers so I can change my name back to Naba. So I'm having issues about that, experiences about that.
Can I share something and ask a question that might help you?
Sure, go right ahead.
So, as I just shared, like my divine mother situation,
Mhm.
what I've learned with why I am single again, happily, and being strong in my constitution of what I learned with the mother-son exchange is don't let him be uncomfortable. Don't build muscle for him because he's not uncomfortable. So then he's not building muscle. He's calling you and saying, Mommy, fix it. He has to come up with a way to build the muscle and handle his father on his own without you. Like when he has his father, no matter what's going on. He's not 7, he's 15. So calling mommy, like what if there was no cell phone? He doesn't have an option. He has to be resilient on his own and build muscle on his own. That calling mommy is not an option to undermine daddy to get what he wants. It's not a tactic that's going to be effective for you or your ex or whatever. So if you remove that and like, okay, well, you're creative, go in the kitchen and I gotta go. It's you being uncomfortable that he's uncomfortable and you have to be okay with that.
That's so good. Thank you,
I'm
Heather.
raising a 4-year-old right now, and when he's uncomfortable because his father's doing something, I said, well, how can we be creative that you're not codependent? And if daddy's uncomfortable, you're uncomfortable. What other solution can we come up with? Like, so you're your own independent being. This codependency is like, it ends with us.
Yes. That's very
So
good.
I grew up with no phone. At 15, there was no cell phone. If I was uncomfortable, I couldn't call my parents from school. It's making people soft to continue to look outside of themselves, and it's removing creativity. It's removing it's just, oh, I'm going to call someone's going to do it for me. No, figure it out without me. Bye. I don't have you tonight. And then you're uncomfortable and less uncomfortable the more you practice. Your kid has to be uncomfortable. It's his father. It's not your jam anymore. It's hard.
That's really good. Thank you. That's really, really good. Thank you. Yeah, I get very uncomfortable when he's uncomfortable.
Well, you made him. He came out of your body. There's a soul connection there. However, this is the dance with divorce is what's your work, what's your child's work, and what's your ex's work. Don't do their work for them, either of them. I learned this hard with my family, hard. Because we get, as a healer, the empath, you can't do their work for them because it's actually making the system weaker.
That's very good. Thank you.
It's wonderful, Samita, because when you told Georgie, go in the kitchen and make yourself a sandwich, that's essentially what you were doing. It's like, you know what, buddy? You gotta grow up. Yeah, your dad's upset with you. Yeah, I get that. Parents get
Yeah,
upset.
because you're not doing stuff and you're a teenager. I know what your part, this is all true. Like there is truth to that. I get it because I
Yeah.
have a sibling and it's the same.
Yeah.
But I'm also a different parent because I think someday, do I want to spend the time being agitated and upset, or do I want to spend the time being close and loving? So I get to choose how I get to be.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I gave him a solution. He's not going to die from lack of food.
Now, George is extremely creative, a genius, and he'll be fine. He'll be fine if you put him in the middle of the jungle. He'll be fine.
I know. I'm going to say to him, it sounds like maybe you should get another job because you're needing more money so that you can, because the job that you have at home with your dad, you're not doing it. So he basically fired you. And I can relate.
Right.
Hello.
Oh, I love that.